Guys, how are you? I'm gonna give you some tips for how you can plan, how you can do your planning for IGT, IG, and IGV. So the most important thing here first is to understand what kind of products inside the ICX you're gonna run, because all of them are different. So if you are speaking about IGT, if you are going to run IGT for a small and medium enterprise, for summer camps, or if you're going to do a GE for startups. So depending on this, as well what kind of project you are going to run. So if you're going to run summer camps, or if you're going to focus on IT, this in this way, like we can speak another day, and also your LCVP can give you some directions on it. So depending on this, the conversion rate for sales, it is going to be different. So something really important that is not that we are not that good in ISEC in Spain is about the sales culture that we have and the number of meetings and calls that we plan. You have to remember that the conversion rate from the number of meetings and number of calls that you do to the number of deals that you actually close is very small, which means that more or less for 5 calls you will get 1 meeting, and for 10 meetings you will sign 1 contract. This means that you, in IGT, IG, you have to have at least, in IGV as well, you have to have at least between 4 and 5 meetings per week. So that's the most important part to make your planning. Understand what and make a difference between the products that you're gonna run, and plan your meetings and calls depending on this conversion rate. So then you have to do the badware planning, which means if you are planning to do 10 exchanges, 10 realize in IGT in June or July, then you have to do the badware planning as well in OGX, but with a different conversion rate. So if you want 10 realize, you have to plan that you will have around 11 approves, or 10, because the conversion rate for approve to realize in IGT is quite big, so most of the people who is approved is going to come, but still there is this little risk. But for IGV, the little risk can be a little bit bigger. And then when you have the number of approves, imagine that you have 12, so you have to plan the number of opens that you will have. Here you have to plan a bigger number, because some of the opportunities that you will open, you are not going to match them because of the kind of profiles that the company asks, or something that can happen. So imagine that you plan to have 17 opens, 17 opportunities open. So in order to get these 17 opportunities, you have to have a really big number of meetings, right? Then it depends if in these opportunities come from the same company or not, but it can, as I said, it can be like 1 opportunity or 1 deal close per each 10 meetings. So then you plan the number of meetings, and then once you have the number of meetings, you will have to plan the number of calls and companies that you're going to contact. So it can be a call or it can be an email, and this, like going backwards, you will have finally the number of companies that you have to contact. And what you have to do before the planning is to have a research of the market that you have in your city. So like how many startups you have, how many companies interested in IT, how many summer camps. So like a market research of the different sectors and products in your city. And then the second most important part is to have, after this, you have to have the prospect list, which is the list with all the prospect, which means customers that can be interested in your product that you are going to contact. So you will have a huge list of companies that you will start calling and contacting in order to get the meetings, and then go in the planning, as you said. It's very important to keep tracking on this and implementing your team and in your LC this culture of having this sales culture of having meetings, a lot of meetings per week, because this is the only trick in IGT to be successful, is to have more meetings, to call more and to have more meetings and to contact more companies. It's not about something super huge, it's just about planning more. And then when you have planned something, make an execution and do it. Okay, so thank you very much, and if you have any question, you can approach me.